I guess if you're at the beginning of the journey, it seems that there's a lot of challenges. You know, we hear about brands getting slated for greenwashing if they sort of overstate, you know, what they've done. There is a business model to address. So what are some of the challenges that brands face when they get into this space and start on this journey?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, probably first thing I'd say is don't try and eat the elephant all at once. It's, you know, it is a journey, and it's one where, you know, 3 steps ahead may not be super clear, but if the next step is, take that step. And you have to sort of enter into this transition with a spirit of inquiry and curiosity and a bit of a can-do attitude. That, you know, really good things come from that kind of approach. So in terms of kind of perhaps where to start, I'd say, you know, just considering how do you measure success as an organization at the moment, kind of what things are you measuring, and what might you want to add to that, not replace, but what might you want to add to that to start to understand, well, what is our impact actually on the planet and on people? And you know, that's kind of how you determine what's important to you as a business. You measure it, right? So as soon as you start to do that, you'll also start to get feedback around, well, where are you at your starting point, and what kind of progress are you making? And the other point I'd make is around education and training is key. This is it's a really interesting but quite complex topic, in that, you know, as soon as you learn about one piece, perhaps net zero, that then leads you on to learning about, well, one of the other challenges, which is biodiversity, and one answer will lead to several more questions. So that's okay, and to sort of embrace that as well and go, okay, well, you know, what education and training is out there? Lots of other people are really curious and interested in this topic. So what do you need to equip yourself and your teams with in order to, you know, feel confident and capable around tackling this? You'll never have all the answers, but certainly there's plenty of information out there to make you feel more confident in this area.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the things that, you know, I realised at Purpose is how do we give people the skills and confidence to do this work? How do you promote sustainable values and lifestyles through the work? And one of the things that we've developed is something called the Change Brief Alliance, which is a learning program to give people an understanding of what are the behaviours you need to be promoting of various different categories. And one of the frameworks we talk about in that piece of work, you know, if you're a creative or a strategist thinking about this work, is you can, at one level, if you're early on in the journey, you can think about changing the image. How do you normalise a net zero lifestyle through the creative work? You can think about how if you're working on a brand, what's the brand point of view? How can the brand promote or encourage a sustainable behaviour through the work? But then where things get really interesting, and where I think we want to be playing, is how can we work with our clients, comment that just from an advertising agency perspective, how do we work with our clients to help them in their net zero transition? Like, how do business need to shift their business models to be future fit, to be ready for a net zero world? So what's the different way a customer will be engaging or using a product in that world? And what's the role of communications and creativity to get people to embrace that and use products and services in a different way?